So in this week's class, we are working on basic volcadas. Volcada is just a lean in. So we started with an exercise where we take a side step, and then I take little baby steps back. Notice how my feet and my hips go first, so that my upper body is left to support her. And then the upper body begins to go back, but it's sort of a slant down. Notice Shelley's free leg just floats out in front. So we talked about not leaving that foot behind. That's going to cause a problem later when we try to lead the cross. But let that foot float forward. And then it comes back with us. So she doesn't just suck that foot in the moment she feels me coming back onto axis. So that's the first part of the exercise. Then I take a little step to the side and then back up. So if you can see, her leg is sort of tracing my movement. It's going back with me. It's going to the side with me. And notice she pivoted a little here. If she does not pivot there, then she's going to fall. And she's going to be falling this way, off balance. So she pivots a little, and then we come back. And I'm going to step backwards, still supporting her, and she's going to lean forward from the ankles. Notice I'm a little leaning forward as well. So we're sort of counterbalancing one another. But Shelley's very straight, so she's not pulled in at the, or out at the waist, or in at the waist. She's straight, and coming straight into me. So she's not coming down onto me, it's in. And then I take little steps, come bring her back onto her axis, and then do it again. So little steps out, little steps back in. Then we use that exercise and added it to a step. I like to start these with a little sandwich here. I take a side step, create a sandwich. I shift to my right foot and around. So I lead a little boleo there. So from here, there. So I'm freeing up her left leg. Now I'm going to take my left and not go too forward. I'm going to go a little diagonal with it. So I'm going to go a little back and a little out. So just from here to there. So now I collect my feet, bring her back in front, and then to the cross. So all together in real time. A couple of things. When I go around, a lot of guys will lead from up here. This goes a little bit to back boleos rather than volcadas, but when I step around, let your hip go around. Mike can see better from this angle. So in other words, don't just leave the hip here. Let it come around. Then I take that diagonal and back, bring my feet together, then back onto axis, and out. So my weight distribution is on my left, on my right, on my left, on my right. Don't take too big of a step with your right leg at the end when you leave the cross. So here, I take a little bit of a short step there. That way I'm balanced and we have plenty of room to exit. What I mean by this, I'll show it incorrectly. A lot of times what will happen is the guys are step too big here. Now when I take weight on this leg, I'm coming into her space and you fall into the next step. So just take that step with the right just a little bit short. Just one last thing here is I like to support her from my center. So this is my supporting leg. So if we think about the energy coming in here, so she's sending her center to my center, as opposed to the shoulder, which is a legitimate way of leading these as well. This would be more a shoulder lead, where I lean in with my right shoulder. It's taught that way a lot. It's nice, it works. Shelley says it doesn't feel as good, and I've had a lot of women tell me this over the years. I'm very flat here, and really supporting her. It's like a plank. And back forward. And I don't turn live. I don't twist my upper body. Whereas here, see, I twisted, and then back. One thing with the exit is if you come with this foot out this way, then this next step, I sort of have to go to the outside part of my foot, and it sort of feels like falling in. But this is kind of normal technique just for stepping outside partner here, is I turn my foot towards her. Now when I take weight on that leg, I'm able to move to the inside part of that foot instead of the outside. And it makes the exit very comfortable. The next step in this would be here, not to settle, bring her back. So basically I'm playing with her free leg, sending her free leg back, around, forward, not settling, back, forward, now I settle. It's a good exercise. It's a nice step, but it's a good exercise too, just to figure out where her weight is, where her foot is. Then, for the more advanced dancers, we can come around. I can settle her. So if she crosses and I lead her to change weight, then I can go fast around. The secret that I've found to this one that I think makes it work really well and very secure for her is at this point my left leg is planted and my right leg leads the way. You can do it other ways, a lot of different ways to do things in tango. I just think this is the easiest one and the most stable. We could also go here, here.